Well, thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. Here's what we are working on for you tonight. A deadly highway crash leaves a family searching for answers. Why police still have not filed criminal charges against the 14-year-old driver involved. A Corpus Christi city official is stepping down when the city auditor plans to leave his post following a controversial tenure. And overgrown grass near railroad tracks is sparking fear in Agua Dulce. Residents worry it could start a fire. Why some are afraid to speak out. Chris 6 News starts right now. It has been 5 weeks since a deadly 5-car crash on the Crosstown Expressway. Corpus Christi police are still deciding if a 14-year-old driver will face criminal charges. A newly obtained crash report shows the unlicensed teen triggered the pileup. The report says he tried to pass another car but struck it instead. The impact pushed his car into a Jeep carrying 43-year-old Julio Antonio Flores Jr. The Jeep rolled several times and Flores was ejected. The teen driver currently faces citations for driving without a license and in an unsafe lane change. Now, police say they are still investigating the crash. In Corpus Christi, City Auditor George Holland is retiring. He announced his retirement Wednesday during an audit committee meeting. Holland has held the position since January of 2023. He launched several high-profile investigations during his time in office. Those included a review of city purchasing, card spending, and allegations of fraud involving a downtown hotel project. Holland also faced a workplace misconduct investigation in 2023. Attorneys recommended his removal, but the city council took no disciplinary action. His last day on the job will be June 1st.
I'm Melissa Trevino in Agua Dulce, where residents are raising concerns about conditions of the railroad tracks running through their town. One woman tells me dry brush and overgrown grass near the tracks reminds her of conditions surrounding a fire sparked by a train last year. Now, she and others worry the same thing could happen again. An Agua Dulce resident contacted me with concerns about the condition of the railroad tracks that run through the small town. She says overgrown grass and dry brush along the tracks have become a safety hazard, especially with South Texas facing dry conditions. The resident, who did not want to appear on camera, says her concerns stem from a fire last year that she believed was caused by a train under similar conditions. She also expressed concerns about people, including undocumented immigrants, hiding in the tall grass and brush near the tracks. The woman tells me she chose not to speak publicly because she fears city retaliation.
The main concern is the railroad. When the trains come through and they have defaulted brakes or hot boxes, it's called, and sparks on the side of the railroad there.
Agua Dulce Mayor John Howard agrees something needs to be done about the clutter, but the city nor the county can do anything on railroad property. He said the major concern outside of resident safety was the railroad ties where the fire got into and was hard to put out.
Only thing it is to keep their surroundings clean. It belongs to them. I would get in a group and talk to the railroad about cleaning their brush, their railroad ties, the debris is in their right-of-ways.
Other people in the area also declined to go on camera, saying they too fear possible backlash for speaking out. I also contacted TxDOT and the Railroad Commission of Texas. Both agencies say they do not oversee or maintain the railroad tracks. I did call the number posted on the railroad crossings in the area and spoke with personnel from Canadian Pacific Kansas City Railroad. While I was unable to get any official information, I did leave an email on the website. Residents tell me they simply want the overgrown areas addressed before conditions become dangerous again. Reporting in Agua Dulce, I'm Melissa Trevino, Press 6 News.
Melissa, thank you. We're following several neighborhood news stories for you tonight. Here's some of them.
CCISD is giving out some extra homework, but this assignment is for the parents. I'm Drew Bishop, and the district is proposing a new bell schedule for some middle and elementary schools. Here's how you can make your voice heard before this big change happens. The district says they are looking into beginning and ending all middle schools, except for Metro P, 30 minutes early. Additionally, they want to make a 20-minute adjustment to 3 elementary schools, ECDC, Metro E, and Windsor Park, citing bus driver shortages.
I kind of feel like they've already made the decision.
CCISD is asking for community input through a survey.
I don't think CCISD is taking into account that our lives don't begin and end around the bell.
Drew, thank you. Time now for our first check on the forecast. Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber joins us now with a look at what we can expect into the evening.
Well, Claudia, I think we're all looking forward to a little bit of a cool down. It has been a hot one today, but the temperature really not that much warmer than we typically expect for the time of the year. The criminal here is the humidity. So let's talk about it. The feels like temperature is explained this way. It's the heat index. We like to call it feels like because that's what it feels like to your body. Take a normal day where it's not very humid outside. You know, it gets kind of hot. Your body cools off by, as gross as it may seem, sweating. That perspiration sits on the top of your skin, evaporates into the atmosphere, and that exchange of latent heat cools you down. Not a problem on a dry day, but what happens when things are a little more humid? 90 doesn't feel like 90 anymore. At that point, 90 could feel like 110 because when it's already very humid, there's enough water in the air. So as you perspire, you don't get as much evaporation and that exchange of latent heat to cool you down because the atmosphere says, no thanks, I've got enough water. I don't want any of yours. And so that can make it very difficult to spend long periods of time outdoors when we have the conditions that we're expecting, not only much like what we saw today, but increasingly more humid into the weekend. I'm talking to my friends who are going to be running Beach to Bay with me on Saturday. Ooh, we need to eat our Wheaties and be ready for the kind of hydration those conditions will require. So right now we're sitting in the 80s, some 90s for inland neighborhoods, and look at how those 80s are feeling to your body as you step outside. We're going to be talking about more feels like temperatures as we head into the rest of the week. I've got those answers ahead.
Leaders of the world's 2 largest economies meeting in Beijing for high-stakes talks with potential global consequences. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump and China's Xi Jinping hoping to repair trade relationships as the war with Iran looms large. Brian Abel has the latest.
China rolling out the red carpet for U.S. President Donald Trump in Beijing to begin 2 days of critical talks on a host of thorny issues, from trade to tech, but likely to dominate the war with Iran, the start of which pushed Trump to delay this trip, and now looks to complicate it.
He delayed it because he thought that by the time he got here in mid-May, that the war would be over, the Iranians would be turning over their nuclear program, and the Strait of Hormuz would be open. None of those are true.
China, the largest consumer of Iran's oil and a strategic ally, which could provide leverage over Iran.
The president very much wants the Chinese to use their influence with Iran to reopen the strait.
U.S. intelligence reports indicate Beijing was preparing to deliver new air defense systems to Tehran. China has denied providing weapons, but the dynamic adds to the existing frictions from tech, trade, critical minerals, and Taiwan, all of which are on the table, with trade deals expected, showcased by some of America's tech leaders joining President Trump, including Elon Musk and Tim Cook. As China provides presidential pomp and circumstance, some of its people weary of the U.S.-China relationship.
我对他没有好印象，因为那个美伊战争也是他那个挑起来的嘛。你看之前打经济贸易战，不是也是他吗？
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Well, if you have outstanding citations but cannot make it to court during the week, there is another option for you. You can attend community court at the library this Saturday. There, you will be able to speak directly to a judge about warrants or set up a payment plan. You can also request community service or a driving safety course. The event runs from 9 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon at the Ben F. McDonald Library. Families suing a Texas summer camp over a deadly flood hit a legal roadblock today. Coming up, why a judge is expressing frustration with the camp's defense team.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Welcome back. Families suing Camp Mystic over a deadly flood are frustrated by a last-minute legal delay. A judge was supposed to decide if the wrongful death lawsuit would go to private arbitration, but camp attorneys filed new motions just hours before the hearing. This effectively resets the clock on the trial. Families of the victims are calling the move a bait and switch. The judge is also upset because the lead defense attorney did not show up to court. The next hearing is scheduled for June 10th. 27 people died in the tragedy. Most of the victims were young girls. Well, crews from TxDOT are getting ready for hurricane season. Workers will practice installing a storm surge wall in Aransas Pass tomorrow morning. The annual drill happens on State Highway 361. The massive wall completes a levee system designed to protect the city from rising floodwaters. The drill starts at 9 a.m. And the Coastal Bend is saying thank you to the military leaders who protect our country and boost the local economy. The United Corpus Christi Chamber of Commerce hosted its annual Salute to the Military luncheon today. The event gives the community a chance to connect with local command teams and learn about their priorities. Organizers say staying connected with our military neighbors helps strengthen their presence in the area. It also highlights the critical role these mansions play in keeping the country safe.
Their presence in our community is significant, but moreover, it's important to our national defense what they do.
Chamber leaders say the military is a significant part of the local economy. They plan to continue working with command teams to address job shortfalls at the Army Depot and future growth with the Coast Guard.
Well, the heat is on here across the Coastal Bend. We're just a few weeks away from the start of meteorological summer, but boy, are we getting a test run now. I'll show you what you can expect for the rest of this week and if we got any more rain on the way ahead. Well, it's a hot day out there across the Coastal Bend, and you know what? We're already coming down from the afternoon high temperatures that we saw today. It felt much hotter than the actual temperature would lead on because of that humidity. So Corpus Christi International Airport feeling true to temperature now, but not so sure that was the case earlier this weekend. Let's take a look earlier this evening, I should say, or this afternoon. Let's take a look at the almanac here. High of 88. We are slowly watching those temperatures inch up above where we'd normally expect them for this time of the year. And that includes the morning too. We woke up cooler at 65 degrees, and that's already a few degrees cooler than what we'd normally expect for this time of the year. But we're seeing a shift now in the situation with our weather, specifically with the temperatures. We're going to start having those mornings that begin back in the 70s, afternoons that are flirting with that 90-degree mark. So while the afternoons won't get much hotter by the thermometer, the mornings will also get warmer, and once we throw humidity into all of that mess, there may be some difficulty in trying to recover from the afternoon heat, but we'll get to that in a moment. Overall, this summary tells us that while the temperatures are taking the focal point, what's taking a backseat is the rainfall in our year-to-date deficit, sitting right around 3 and about 3/4 inches for this time of the year that we would have expected to see. Just haven't. But I've got rain on the way in the 7-day forecast. It's looking good so far, but it's still at least a week away. So I'll show you what the indications are that we're looking at. But for the next couple of days, we're focusing on the humidity. Some of that lent to early morning fog here across the Coastal Bend because as our temperatures cool right around sunrise into the 60s, just like on a hot day, your can of soda might get some condensation on the outside. Same thing with the atmosphere. That's how that fog forms right around dawn. So we'll be a little warmer during the overnight. I'm calling for 67 for the overnight low, not a whole lot in the way of clouds. And then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we're heating right back up again. Yes, you can expect temperatures to be again flirting with that 90-degree mark across the Coastal Bend. Mostly sunny, and you'll notice more of a breeze as we head into the afternoon. If you think that wind is going to make for a refreshing, cool feel, you've been deceived. That is a southeast wind that's going to be bringing us plenty of what? Water in the air. So muggy meters on the up and up, and will be especially into the weekend. I keep highlighting this not only because I'm running the race, but we're going to have over 10,000 people participating in Beach to Bay. And May is a hot time of year here in South Texas, but the humidity can really be a make or break situation. Don't be a hero. Prepare to have to dial back or pace yourself for the race because Saturday and Sunday are looking to be the most humid days out of the next couple of them. We'll finally tap into that next week with some rainfall, but the humidity will definitely be a challenge for any outdoor weekend plans. And it starts with that wind direction, again, being from the southeast. Look, catches all this water from the Gulf. And as we go into the overnight, winds will be light tomorrow morning. We get a little bit of that shift from the south. light and variable, not a big deal. But during the afternoon, more of that southeast flow just keeps it going. And our temperatures, like I mentioned, not really getting away from us very much. We're going to be a little warmer than we would typically expect, but that humidity makes a really big difference into how your body perceives the heat and how we can cool off. Relief will be on the way in the rain forecast as we go into next week. Monday and Tuesday, this timeline keeps pushing back a little bit more because it's not a cold front bringing us the rain. It's just a mix of what's going on in the big weather picture that just makes for unsettled conditions. But I've got a couple of days of rainfall that I'm seeing in the long run. It's a ways out. I don't want to bite too hard on it and get your hopes up, but it looks like we could have a rainy end to next week, even into the weekend. It's something I'll be keeping an eye on. So as we look at the 7-day forecast, here's what to know. It is going to be feeling oppressively hot out there as our humidity rises and those temperatures stay near 90 degrees. And with plenty of sunshine, that UV index is going to be pretty high up there too. Make sure you're taking precautions out there, and we'll rejoice with some rainfall next week.
Steph, thank you. The American Academy of Pediatrics released new guidance this week highlighting the health benefits of school recess and urging schools to protect that time. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Geither explains why doctors say recess is essential for kids' physical and mental well-being.
For the first time in 13 years, the American Academy of Pediatrics put out new guidance on a daily school break that may not be getting the credit it deserves.
As things get squeezed out of the school day, for some school districts, recess is one of those.
Dr. Michael Patrick with Nationwide Children's Hospital says recess isn't just a gift for school-age children. It's an important tool to help their academic success.
Kids come back from recess with improved focus and attention. Behavior tends to be better when they've let off some steam. It's also an opportunity for kids to engage with other children their own age. Learn, communication skills, problem solving, critical thinking.
At the same time that some U.S. school districts are reducing recess time or getting rid of it altogether, pediatricians are pushing for less screen time and more activity for children for their mental and physical health and to protect against obesity, which now affects 1 in 5 U.S. children and teens.
Would they say we're going to take math away or we're going to take science away? No.
Patrick says recess shouldn't be viewed as a reward or taken away as a punishment. He says it should be seen as an essential part of every school day.
Schools may be the only opportunity that some kids get to really go outside and play with other kids their own age.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
A local youth sports program has a massive new donation to help keep kids off the streets. The Charity League of Corpus Christi presented a check for $428,000 to the Police Athletic League. The money will help renovate a new baseball facility on Baldwin Boulevard. The nonprofit relies on donations to provide affordable sports like basketball, soccer, and taekwondo. Leaders say the goal is to keep kids focused and away from temptations.
We provide sports for kids. We don't turn anybody away because of their financial situation. We want to make sure that the kids are involved and stay focused off the streets.
Organizers expect to finish the new baseball fields by the end of the year. We'll see a vacation you like on TikTok. Coming up, how a new feature lets you book that exact trip right from your phone.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, TikTok is making it easier to book the vacations you see on your feed. The company just launched a new feature called TikTok Go. It lets you reserve hotels and tours directly through the video app. TikTok is teaming up with sites like Expedia and Booking.com to make this happen. You will likely see more of these travel videos soon, and creators can now earn a commission when you book a trip through their post. And Meta is adding a new incognito chat feature to WhatsApp in its AI app. The tools lets you have private and temporary conversations with Meta AI. The company says it cannot access the chats. Messages will disappear by default and will not be saved. The new feature will roll out over the next few months. And Spotify is celebrating its 20-year anniversary by sharing your listening history. The music streaming service will tell you the very first song you ever played. It also shows you first day on the platform and your most streamed artist. You can only find this look back feature on the Spotify app. So I have yet to do that.
I'm not a Spotify girly. I'm a YouTube music girly.
Oh, YouTube music. Okay.
Every once in a while, when it becomes a big thing, they'll press that out. And, you know, a lot of what I listen to is fall asleep music. So that's kind of boring.
Mine will probably just be podcasts. It's all news based anyways.
Hey, you know, it helps get us by. It's a little a reminder of what you're spending your time on, right?
Exactly.
But a lot of us will be spending time indoors because of this heat. It is really going to be kicking up here, y'all. Don't let those numbers here on the 7-day deceive you. Yeah, 90, that's not big potatoes for us here in South Texas, but our friend, muggy humidity. That's going to be more of a foe, especially as we head into this weekend. But it's all paying off as we head into next week. We'll have a better chance for some showers if we have some water in the air. So trade off.
Trade-off there. Everybody, thank you so much for watching Chris 6 News at 5 o'clock. We will see you here tonight in 30 minutes at 6.
Bye.